Well, hello, fellow diamond painters. Sorry, in a way, I think. I can't remember if I did a video yesterday or not, and it's not old age. It's right out of my head. So it is Sunday, Father's Day, the 16th of June, 2024. It is 6:15 p.m. and right now it's 88 degrees outside. My AC has been running off and on all day. It is miserable out there. Thank goodness my lawn is taken care of. I don't have to go out there for anything. Thank goodness yesterday I went and picked up my prescription, so I don't have to deal with any of it. Okay, I am working on the GBFKE. I'm in the center section of the top of the Girl Cats and Yarn. I think it's turning out rather well. As soon as it is done, then I will work on the gnomes. I'm sorry, I'm hoarse. Working on the gnomes from New Craft Day. I sent them the video of the opening and unboxing, and they wanted a photo of the painting, so I sent them a photo. GBFKE said just go ahead and pick what I wanted, so I chose those, told them to take their time on it because I'm working on this and that, and the other one I've got a bunch, in the pike. There's a lot of it. Oh gosh, I'm losing my train of thought here. Today, let's see, I'll go ahead and turn the light on. There's not a whole lot to, discuss. I didn't go up, for Father's Day. I sent cards out and spoke to him. He's doing really good, 102 years old. Yeah, he's doing good. So my mom's the one that's having issues right now. Her bad legs and her bad back. So yesterday we had wings and a few little tiny potatoes for supper. Today I went ahead and made that second steak, and I've been craving regular pasta. I haven't had any in a long time. So I went ahead and made us our serving of pasta, and rather than do it with spaghetti sauce, I decided to serve it the way my dad always used to eat it, was with a little bit of butter and cheese. So we had a serving of that with the steak, and oh, it was so good, having regular pasta. Now I probably won't eat pasta again for another year or so. So anyway, I decided to drink a Diet Pepsi, which normally I'm always drinking coffee. That or iced coffee. I have to remind myself that right before I get off here to show you the bottom half of the Randall Spangler, because I finished that bottom half row, and once I finish this, because I only have this section and a little bit on the left top. When it's finished, I'll get back to my spangler and start a kit up of the gnomes. So, well, what did everybody do for Father's Day today? You know, like I said, I did nothing. Stayed home, of course. I don't know what it is. I'm not used to it. That I seem to be waking up at odd times because I should be closing my curtains, but I don't always do that. And the light was shining through like crazy this morning, and I thought, oh, it must be like, 8, 9 o'clock. Time to get up, have my coffee, and, well, test my glucose first and then have my coffee. And I wake up, I look, and it's 6:30 a.m. And I'm like, why is it so bright outside? And then I kept laying there thinking, okay, is it 6:30 in the evening or is it 6:30 in the morning? Because, I mean, it was like the day had already started, and, it was weird. That's been happening the last, 3 or 4 mornings, that it's so bright out, that it's like you can't tell if it's, what time it is till you take a peek at the clock. So, like I said, all I've been doing is diamond painting and listening to YouTube, and I got a box of movies that my daughter bought. I had a closeout thing for like $1 or so a piece or something on DVD, and I'm going to go through them and maybe start watching some of those movies that I haven't seen in a while. My Temu order, I don't know when it's going to be here. I didn't even look at it today because I figure, well, I ordered it, let's see, it's about the middle of the week or so. It's going to take a little while. Though the last thing I saw, it said it had already made it through customs and onto the next flight, so I'm not sure. I don't know if it has to go through 2 customs or just 1. I don't remember when I look at it. So, and I need to make a correction, and I thoroughly apologize. Okay, the pens that I got from Amazon, after I looked at them and then looked at the ones that I ordered through Temu, yeah, I made a mistake. The ones from Amazon were $7.98. They were $8. I'm sorry. I apologize. The $4.98 that was stuck in my head was the ones from Temu that I ordered 2 pens. So, my sincerest apologies. The one thing you'll notice for me is I'm lousy with numbers and I'm lousy with names. I could know a person for, 30 years, but if I haven't seen them, and they've changed in that 30 years, don't ask me to tell you their name. Movie stars, same thing. I have the same issues. You're trying to explain a movie to somebody, and you say, what's his name was in it. Well, what's his name? What's his name? That he was with so-and-so, and you just go down the list of what's it and so-and-so and everything, and you hope somewhere along the line the name either pops into your head or someone gets what, what you're trying to explain. So you'll have to excuse, my boo-boo. And speaking of movies and such, Jolly Roger, you said something about sneaking into a drive-in to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. There were a couple times we snuck into a drive-in. You know, one time when I was with a boyfriend, I was 16, 17, and we didn't have the extra money to take my sister. She had to be at least 12 or 13, and the car that my boyfriend had at the time was a 67 Mustang Fastback. So it had a slanted back with a hatch, and the only area she could curl up in would be where the wheel well and stuff was under the back seat. And so we put her in there. Thank goodness she was small enough to curl in. And we put her in there, and we get into the drive-in, you know, and we have to wait just a little bit. And my boyfriend acted like the hatch was stuck, and he couldn't get her out, and she's crying and carrying on. I kept telling him, stop that. Well, it ended up really being stuck. He couldn't get the latch jammed or something. And we finally got her out of there, and she said, that's the last time I'm ever coming to the drive-in with you guys. You know, I forget what movie we were there to see, but it was funny. Now, when I was younger, the one drive-in that was in my area here, if you just walked in past it was me and my cousin. We walked right past the booth, the pay booth, and as long as they didn't see you get into another car or get anywhere, they never said a word to us. We walked right into the drive-in, sat down in the grass, waited till it got really, really dark, and my cousin's mother was there, and we waited and climbed into her car and watched the rest of the other movies. And I remember those movies. It was Rodan, and the other one was Mothra. So they never said a word and walked right in. And at that time, I think they were only charging for, under 11 and under, or 12 and under, it was like 50 cents, and then for adults it was 75. Now, the other drive-in that was further out of my area, they used to charge, I think they had like $10 a carload. And I mean, if you had a station wagon, you could just jam people in there. But they don't do that anymore. And I noticed when I checked that same drive-in, the one that is midway between Kent and Ravenna, they don't list their prices on their website anymore. You have to order your tickets. You order your tickets and then hope you're able to show up. I think that sucks. That's unreal. I've never, that's the drive-in that I went to when I used to live in Ravenna. And I was driving a little Carmen Ghia. And I had my son with me. And he was in a car seat. And you know how the car seats were back in the 60s and 70s, in the late 60s. It was just the seat that hung over your front seat, and there wasn't all this extra strapping in and all that stuff. But anyway, and I was going between aisles to find a parking space, so I was only in first gear, and I wasn't going that fast. I was kind of creeping. And all of a sudden, as I passed the concession stand, I felt a thud against the back end of my car, or the side back, right passenger side, and like a thump, and I thought, oh my God, what did I hit something? I thought I hit that little boy. There was a little boy there, and what it was is I didn't hit him. He come running. He was standing there with his mother. I don't know what, or she wasn't paying attention, and he went running off the one hump and ran right into my car. Oh man, it just, I mean, I was sitting there shaking, everything, and the manager came out from the concession stand because he said, well, I seen it. A little kid ran right into your car. At the same time, when he ran into my car, my rear tire humped over a big rock, and that's what made me think, oh my God, I ran him over. And the guy came out and he gave me a soda to drink and asked me if I wanted anything else, you know, and I said, no, I'm just scared to death, you know. The mother even said, oh no, he ran into your car. He, you know, he went running right off that little hill and not looking, and boom, right into your car. I'm thinking, oh my God, I mean, that just terrified the Jesus out of me. So, and if you ask me what movie I was there to watch that time, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. I remember going to that same drive-in. I had a, I think a 64 Corvair. And it was, the car was older because this would have been in 1970, whenever The Exorcist came out. I went by myself. My my husband at the time, he didn't want to go. So I went by myself, and I was scared through the whole dang movie. And I kept looking behind me, you know, you're looking at the back end of your car, and oh man, that movie scared the crap right out of me. Then we went, I had a 59 Chevy Bel Air, one with the big fins on the back, and it was the one with the, looked like there were bullets in the front grille. Pretty baby blue, beautiful car. Had the cat's eyes in the back. I love that car. I only paid $100 for that car. That was in that was in 1970. I paid $100. That car was beautiful. And my husband at the time and a friend of his, it was an ex-boyfriend of my sister's. We all went and seen Night of the Living Dead at the drive-in. And danged if my husband at the time, and we drove back, knew I was free, and turned around and pretended when he got out of the car something was grabbing him, pulling him over the hood or the roof of the car. I thought I was going to smack the crap out of him. And then on the way home, he kept saying, let's swing over here to this cemetery. Let's pull in. Come on. We're going to go. He knew how scared I was, and they thought it was hilarious. Now, movies, you know, after that, I mean, I got a little older, you know, movies are like, that don't bother me at all now. I can watch anything, and no big deal. But, you know, you get right in the moment of it, and you got someone trying to pull a joke on you, and it's like you freak right out. So, but yeah, I've seen, we went, my husband at the time too, we went to that Midway, and they were showing Clint Eastwood Marathon. It was From Dusk Till Dawn, and it was like a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more, good, bad, and the ugly. Oh, I know there was another one because there were 4 of them. Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, Good, Bad, the Ugly. You guys will probably remember the 4 of them. They were all the spaghetti western. And they were having a marathon. And halfway through, they'd let you come into the, after the second movie, or they'd have some intermission. And after about the second or third movie, they'd let you come in if you were still there, and you could get a free cider and donuts. We fell asleep. We fell asleep after about the second movie, and then when it started hitting the third movie, we said, oh, we're going home. We just got so tired of sitting there, and yeah, we should have stayed, stuck it out, but we didn't. But see, they don't do stuff like that anymore. The drive-ins now that are still around, they supplement their income too with, having flea markets and, like most drive-ins around here only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sometimes they have them open during the week, but most of the time, I gotta take a drink. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On the days that they don't have the drive-in open, they'll have flea markets and open car show type things. That's the kind of stuff they'll do to supplement the income. And I understand it's more expensive now for them to get the movies. They got to pay a bigger amount, to have the movies. They're on disc now, or digital, whatever they have. They don't have the reel-to-reel anymore. So, it's going to cost them more. And, well, I got to do these. These are the ABs. There's a lot of them in here. The U. A lot of them. So yeah, they got to charge more. And being that, what do they do during the winter? They just close the place down, and they don't have anything to do then. So they got to charge, but yeah, our drive-in now charges $12 a person. $12 a person. Excuse me. They do have three screens, but everything they're showing within a matter of, now I'm going to get the hiccups. In a matter of probably a month, I'll be able to watch, on Stars or HBO or Paramount or one of those. And since I'm already paying, $12 or whatever for one of them, why should I understand. Going to the drive-in nowadays is nostalgic for my generation. And you don't see, seriously, when I was going to the drive-in the last 3 or 4 years ago, you didn't see a lot of younger people. You'd see older couples, and they'd bring either their grandkids, or they'd come themselves, or you'd see some of these younger guys, and they'd be there, back on the back of their pickup trucks with their boombox, and playing the movie, and then they were drinking, because you knew darn well they were, and you could smell the other smoke, and so it's like, are you coming to the drive-in because it's tradition or nostalgic, or are you doing it, whatever. But, yeah, I guess that's enough drive-in talk, but I don't know if we're ever going to get back there again because, that's a lot of money. And like I said, if you want, and you can't take anything in there to drink, not even water. They will inspect your car if they think, they'll want to check. But if you want to bring your own food in, you got to pay an extra $20. So you're paying $24, say if you have 2 people, and another $20 to bring your own food, which is $44, and then whatever you spent to bring your own food. And their food in the concession stand, number one, is expensive. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's not that good. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, it's not. When my daughter and I went about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, on a nostalgic, trip, we went. I think then it was like $8, $7.50, I think it was per person, and they gave me a senior citizen discount. Which he said, let me see your driver's license and prove it. So I did. So anyway, we went in and we decided, you know what, we'll go ahead and get a footlong and fries, because that was one of my memories. You get a footlong and fries and something cold to drink. Well, we could only afford 1 footlong and a small fry, and we ended up bringing our own drink at that time. We put our drinks under the seat. Just had 2 bottles of, Pepsi or Mountain Dew, whatever it was. It wasn't like I was dragging in a cooler, for gosh sakes. So, and that right there, just for the footlong and a small fry, that was like, like $10 or more. It was at least $10. I said, this is ridiculous. It's just, you can't afford it. And like my daughter said, it'd be cheaper in the long run just to go to an indoor theater, not buy their stuff, but just go in there and watch the movie and leave, because it was cheaper to buy tickets there. So, I don't know. Everything, can't complain, because prices are never going to come back down, and paychecks are never going to go up. You're always going to be a step behind what everything costs. So, well, like I said, we already ate our supper. I've got dishes to wash. Did tons of laundry the other day. The only thing I have left to wash now is some rugs and 1 load of my clothes. I did all the blankets, all my daughter's clothes, everything's washed. So I just have to wash mine and some rugs. Other than that, I'm done. So, I can't believe that. My laundry will be done. My yard is mowed. My car is washed. Now I gotta get to that stupid shed. And not at 88 degrees. I'm not doing it. So, and apparently the rest of this week is going to be in high temperatures. At least that's what I hear. Anything can change, but I believe that's what's going to happen. So, and it's not going to be much cooler at night. So I'm waiting for at least a day or two where it's going to be in the 70s so that I can get out there and get started on it. I'd like to do it, our garbage men come on Mondays, so I'd like to do it Saturday and Sunday. Oh, there goes a drill. So if I have any trash to put out, you know, it's got to fit in the can though, because they won't take it if it ain't in the can. So if I have any, I got to make sure it's out there for Monday. So, well, I'm going to get off here now, and I will pause you and show you what I've done so far on the Spangler. And I think this one here, 40 colors, 5 ABs, girl, cat, and yarn, I think is turning out, my opinion, I think it's turning out beautiful. I like it. And, you know, I'm not going to fib about it. I'm not going to lie about it. I like it. And it's fun to do. I mean, there is some confetti, which drives me nuts. But you've got some color blocking in there, too, a little bit here and there. So I'm going to put you on pause. And I'll take you over to the Spangler, and you can have a look-see at it. So here we go. Hang in there. Okay, here we are. Look at that purple pillow. Isn't that gorgeous? And the cookie, the plate. I love that purple pillow. Oh, that is gorgeous. And there's the scales on the draglin's tail. Here is the other pillow. So the next area I'll be working on is up here at the book. And I was so tempted to put a different wordings in there, but I haven't decided, since it does say something there. I can't remember what it is, but, well, my battery's low. I've got to get off here. I'll get back with you tomorrow. Hugs. Love you all. Thanks for the subscribers. DP Crazy Lady, I'm out.